Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I gotta look in the camera, stop looking in the viewfinder thingy so I can see me. I have to start looking at the camera. First video of the junk journals that are going into the Etsy shop. This is the white junk journal. Before I show you this, I wanted to show you something for tea staining papers. Let me just put this down just real quick a little bit. I had paper for since the 90s in one of my travel scrapbook bags, you know, on wheels. Is paper for doing resumes. And I thought, wow, all different colors. Let me just try to stain some of these. So we have the granite cream color. It's got little specks of whatever going on, but hopefully the camera can pick up the change in color. I tea stained, and it took the color black tea. It took the color really well. I like the results, how that came out. And this is what it looks like compared to just regular white copy paper. And I so much like how this came out. So in my future journals, we're going to be, and this is just air dried on my cookie sheet. This didn't go in the, did not go in the oven. So in the future, I think we are going to be doing some more tea staining. We have some green paper, and this one even looks like marble. I can't wait to see how that comes out. So, okay. Enough of that. Maybe they might have this kind of paper at like a Staples or Office Depot or something like that. Make some great results. Awesome. Okay, so I forgot to say hi, Dad, and hi, Emma, and hi, Harley, my junior crafters. Okay, so we're panning back down again so we can show you the junk journals that are going in the Etsy shop. Two journals are going to have separate videos, so this way I can post each video with their soft cover. Measures 9" by 5.5". The material I got from Joann Fabric. The binding is a 1/2" piece of chipboard, and there is a strip of Tyvek envelope in here to, I'm hoping, strengthen the hinges. We have a ring here in case somebody wants to put a little tassel. I have enough beads in here flopping around that you can take all of those out and hang them on a chain, and you have a tassel. The applique I got from the Wish app a long time ago. Flowers I get from Prima. I want to say it was a big flat rate box full of stuff from the Scrapbook Diaries. I think this was part of that box. And the lace. All my lace comes from Joann. We have 2 layers. We have a small little flower on top. We have 2 signatures, pamphlet stitch, and the ribbon with the eyelets is just knotted on this side, so if the recipient is not crazy about this, they can change it to something else, maybe a seam binding. I haven't found a a reason to use this yet, so I thought, well, just why don't I use it on these ones here? A lot of stitching, zigzag here and there, plus just regular stitching throughout. The inside of the cover, we have pocket, some paper flower, we have some tulle, we have some bits of lace of different kinds, a bunch of little pieces of paper, all stitched together, kind of Frankenpaper. Nick the Booksmith. I saw it on her page. She's one you should follow if the whole YouTube community isn't already following her. Tim Holtz paper throughout my journals, and some charms and beads here and there. Previous video that I did when we went antique shopping to Havre de Grace. This is one of the places that we stopped and have pretty much the same things in this book, in the other book, for the most part. So we made a pocket, then we stitched this to the pocket. So we have a card in case the recipient wants to give this to somebody. This is a friendship rose, so they can write on the inside. It's from 1997. From lunch bags, not the papery lunch bag. This is more of the shiny type of lunch bag. We just made it a little bit smaller, did a little accordion edge, so we can get some little things tucked in here. So we have a couple papers from Tim Holtz, and we just stuck them in there because they were just the right size. I do have some things that are from Artsy. Found some things from Artsy, and I think those are some Tim Holtz. Another one from Artsy. I picked through these and find some things to stick in the journals. Oh, from Michael's. No matter what it says on the pocket, it's always cheaper when I get to the checkout. But there's never a tag on the shelf saying what the price is. So we have some tea-dyed paper, some stitching. We stitched along the bottom of the pocket. We have fibers hanging everywhere. It's taking me a little getting used to. So I left some of them hanging, and they can be trimmed off if you like. Some of my little rolls that came in like a package of 12, just little tiny spools. We cut some pieces here and there and sewed them on. We sewed some lace to a ribbon, sewed the ribbon to a paper, and then we glued that paper to paper because we came across some lace after we sewed the whole book. And, well, it's kind of hard to run this through the sewing machine after you've put it all together, so, well, it's a way to add more lace, I guess. Covering up some of the just blank pages, we got the Mod Podge, and Tuesday morning napkin, and we glued it to the back side of this one. Did not put any Mod Podge over the top. It's only on the back side. It's stiff enough. I don't think it's going to need any coating on the top. Estate sale. We have a pocket here with a 3-cent stamp on it. The envelope wasn't sealed, so we made it into a pocket. A tag with some one of my stamps and some little bits, and a bead, and a very old from the 1980s pad of paper for somebody who calls, take down a message. This is from the book that I got from the cannery, the 1700s. Some of the pages. Made a copy of the page, and then this is a little write-up that has to do with this here, and I thought this was pretty interesting. In the bottom saying that women often ran businesses, I can't read upside down, catering to other women, but they were involved in many other trades as well in the 1700s. I found that very interesting. So, a little something to read. And some more tea staining and places to write. And from the 1980s, the paper that children used to, I guess in school, to learn to write nicer. And this one was actually written on the back. And these are coffee stained. I can't believe I can't remember doily. Really? Okay, coffee stained doily. A little tag from Tim Holtz, and some of my flowers. Some string that came off the edge of something, you know, just tucked them in there too. And some more, I want to say that's Tim Holtz paper. I had like 4 albums of paper sitting on my table behind me. Could have come out of a Recollections pad of paper. 180 sheet might have been in that one too. So here we have a page from a dictionary, and it was folded and folded, and we have a very, very old paper clip. I don't think they make them this color anymore. We're using that to keep the flip down. We stuck a white piece of paper on the other side for journaling. And the paper clip. Just clip one page here. Just to keep it down. This is the center. We had blank page, so we took our, what did I do with my stamp? Oh gosh. Well, hang on. I think it might be in this drawer. Yeah, there we go. One of my stamps that I got from my Wish app. So we just stamped them up with color, and we just went right across the page. And then we took the pattern and put some of the paper over the top of it, stitched it all in. A piece of washi tape down the middle. So that way when we stitched it up, it would help. So that the tissue paper wouldn't go through. We did the same thing with this one on the other album. I think I like doing this. So we may see this again and again. Plenty of places to write, you know, and pockets and places to tuck things. And a couple more things from the Artsy, just tucked in there. And we had some, I'm trying to think, I'm not going to think of it, but anything that's like a gauze, you know. I think I got this in the pile of stuff used for canning. When you have to make a little something with all the seasoning in it and you tie it up and then you just throw it in the pot of water. I think that's what this is here. So here is the other half of somebody learning how to write. And we have invoice papers. This can be a cover-up and actually do the writing here, and then this can be just the cover-up so nobody will see it. And we have some material sewn on the top. We have a bead with a couple of buttons from stash that is older than I am. To show you my basket. My mother's sewing basket. Very old. Things are falling off, not as blingy as it used to be. The wicker is holding up amazingly well, except for one little spot right there, but it came with a bunch of buttons. So there's a couple of those right there. Got a couple of little pads of paper from Michael's, probably like from the $2 bin. We took the stitching out, cut them in half so that they would be little small books. Dug out the stamps, my little house mouse from Tuesday morning, and my fairies I just got from my Wish app. And my boho is from Michael's. This one I've had for a while. I think this came from Prima. This one I also just got from Michael's, and this one from Prima. I think it was in the big flat rate box that I paid one price for, and then you get like $200 worth of stuff, kind of. So, a little something there. And more places to write, the other side of the envelope. We have an envelope like this in the other album also. The little pad of paper that you can get at the checkout stand, you know, at my Tuesday mornings. That's one that I've had for a while. And some lace that I had bits of, and some flowers from the box of Prima stuff. A little tool. I got some material from Tuesday morning, and you just rip an end off and attach it to a tag. And more of the napkin from Tuesday morning. And some more beads. I've got a boatload of these little black safety pins, so back in the early 80s when we used to mail our little 110 cassettes. After you take pictures, you mail them in the mail to Photo Lab, and when you get your pictures back, it comes in this little envelope here. They put your film in here. They cut it into strips. So if you wanted to order more pictures, there you go. Back in the early 80s, we used to drive across the United States, and we used to pick up, let's see if they're in here. We used to pick up stickers that you would stick in your window, like of your camper, or you'd stick them on your boat, or, you know, your back window, every place that you used to go to. And we went to North Carolina and Maine, New Mexico, Virginia, and these little cellophane bags are wicked old. And whoever buys the journal If you're from Maryland, then this is going to go in the journal. So hopefully we have we have your state. So, you know, Connecticut and Vermont and New York and Rhode Island. Oh, that's Dina, Rhode Island. I should have stuck this in your pocket letter that I just did. Okay, so, yeah. These things are seriously old, these little pockets. And, of course, anybody who does administrative work, you know, and you have to answer the phone, you have to take a message. So, we have that in there. Okay, some more Tim Holtz paper, some more lays. Okay, that's the end of the first signature. Little cute dangles. And one over there. So we have pocket with lace on the front. And we have more buttons from my mom's stash. And this is kind of like a material doily. Just glued a little lace and some words and stitched it to the paper, folded it around the edge. This is a little bit of lace on the front of an old page from the book, the dictionary book. I made a pocket. And another little piece from Artsy. Used to keep it closed. This paper here, it is pretty just plain paper on this side, but then when you look at the side, it is kind of like plastic and has the most awesome print from being coffee dyed. When you get up really close to it, it is so neat. And this is what it is. It's the paper around. Okay, I guess that was a half hour, so we're into half hour number 2. It's the paper that goes around your ream of paper. The inside is plasticky, and the outside is like paper. And there's no writing on it, so we're using it. Okay, so we stitched a little elastic lace to the sides and some more. That's not Tim Holtz paper, that's from the Recollections pad. It had like 180 pages in it. That's like one of the first paper pads I bought from Michael's. Back sides are white. So I took a piece of paper from the Maps 8x8 paper pad that I got from Walmart. It had maps and things like that in there. So this kind of looks like the United States and Canada underneath, and then the paper on top, yeah, is around here somewhere. It's from Tim Holtz. Yeah, the ideology paper. I love this paper. And I'm working on a journal now, a Tim Holtz journal, folio. We're going to be using that on there again. So we had a little butterfly heart and another little piece from Tim Holtz, doily, a very nice coffee stain on this piece of paper here. And coffee stain doily. This is the envelope that your child would come home from school with his report card in. We just trimmed the edge a little bit and got the envelope punch board and made a little pocket this way instead of the flap over the way it used to be. Inside is a page from the New York Times, the 1965 magazine that I got at the bookstore at the place up in Delaware, the farmer's market. A little something to read. So we just tuck that right in there. Keep it from getting ripped up. Because it's like huge, you know, how you going to attach it. So we just got an envelope for it. I didn't know the New York Times was like one big giant advertising thing. There's more advertisements in this magazine than anything else. So there you go. Another page from the the dictionary, and a couple of tags in the pockets. Not really a tag, but yeah, a little something to write on. So we have our receipt stuck to the top of this page, carried over onto this one. So it is a cover for anything written underneath it. Some more tea stain paper. This is from a book, Learning How to Can Items, like from a long time ago. I might have it. I might have it in here. This has become where I keep everything junk journal wise. See, we have from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. One of our finds when we went out to Havre de Grace, 1976. So, if you want to learn how to can veggies, there you go. And this is the ones on tomatoes on this side. This is a little secret for the person that buys this. I made photocopies of the blank page of the inside of the book, just so it'd be the covers. On the inside, it has the words from the story. The stories are only like 3 or 4 pages long, so each journal has one of these. And I'm not going to say what it is other than a story from one of my books that I bought. And it's wicked old. It's like, I think, 1945. Let me look. 1955. So, there you go. A couple of beads for the center, you know, where we tied the signature in. And some more coffee stain. Yeah, I think this is coffee stained. What do you do with a little page like this? I have a couple rolls of border. I think from when we first bought the house back in the 90s. Yeah, so there's a little piece of my border. Coffee stain. And a little pocket from Patricia. Patricia, get me your last name here. Hang on. Patricia Viramonte. She does a lot of awesome videos on YouTube. A lot that has to do with pockets. She called me funny one day because I have, and she was talking about this stuff that you can use to seal your puzzles. You can use it in your scrapbooks, you know, and journals. And I mentioned to her that I had this stuff and that I did seal my puzzles together, and now I can't do the darn things because they're sealed. I don't know what I was thinking. She called me funny. So there are the pockets, and here's the tag. Just some little bits glued to the front. A little piece of material torn off of my material from Tuesday morning. This is what was an envelope from Hallmark card store. And just did cute on the edge and sealed Sealed the sides. We did a Mod Podge on the inside so it would be a little stronger. Made a pocket out of it. And then just added a little piece of really old music note paper. And again, the paper that goes around the ream of copy paper. Isn't that awesome? I just love how that came out. And another pocket and another tag. And a butterfly. And we have some lace sewn up here. We have some material underneath it to give it just a little bit of some color. So if you wanted to take something and tuck it underneath that way. And this is the end. I have a little pocket, and just like the front, some little bits all sewn together, and some tulle, and this is some of the threads that you cut off from the sewing machine, and you're just wasting unbelievable amounts of thread, so we just tucked a little bit behind, and a little piece of lace that's been tea stained. So there you have it. Junk journal number 1. All ready to go. I hope somebody's out there searching Etsy for a junk journal and not finding what they like until they end up in my store. I put a lot into this one. I took my time. I wanted it to be just right, to have all the cool little things in it, you know. So stop by etsy.com/shop/Deb's Crafting Room. Take a look. Thanks for sitting through the video with me. And we will see you when I do my next video. Bye-bye for now.